AI agents are absolutely eating crypto and the world, and I'm going to be focusing in on a few projects that I think are going to explode in 2025. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and just dive right into it. All right, first up, we got to mention my man Jensen Huang with his leather jacket at CES, talking a big talk and really walking the walk because he really just pointed to where AI is actually going to go, which is like self driving cars, robots, and the whole nine. We're literally living in the future. So, with that said, you can see the roadmap right here, and agentic AI is a part of that process and really is going to be the foundation of physical AI as well. So, with that said, there's also a computer that he dropped right here, which is called Digits. Now, it's not actually that big, it actually fits in the palm of your hand. It's quite small, but it has all the capabilities that you would need to power AI, including agentic AI. Now, as we get further along with it, people are starting to develop swarms or AI swarms, which are basically a bunch of agents working together to solve a problem. Now, that is equivalent to a bunch of people working together to solve one problem. That's always better than just one, right? So, things are going to progress pretty quickly, and you can obviously tell that's going to be huge, hugely important for humanity to solve problems and to bring information to you lightning fast instead of sitting there googling all day and trying to figure out a bunch of different things. Now you can actually have AI agents out there, swarms literally working for you. So this is where things are going. Pretty cool stuff. Now, one of the projects I'm paying attention to closely is called Fala. Fala Network allows these developers to use Fala in their tech stack so they can, basically use Fala to have blind compute. So that way they don't have to really rely on the AWSs and the kind of cloud centralized, servers. They can use this compute power with Fala even in store information. It says think of Fala network like a super secure, privacy first cloud for blockchain. Instead of trusting big tech companies to handle your private data, Fala uses special secure computing tools like mini data vaults that run on people's computers all around the world, yet keep sensitive information hidden. So whether you're running a smart contract or handling delicate info, Fala ensures no one can peek at your data while still letting the network do the computations you need. So again, this is just going to be a part of the tech stack, and it already is. You can see on Eliza OS that it literally has Fala listed right there. So I think this is going to be one of the big infrastructure plays of this cycle and really beyond because AI is not going anywhere, right? So I still think we're pretty early, even though this is at $230 million market cap. Not financial advice. This is all informational purposes only, but you get me, right? So with that said, let's move on to the next one. Next one's going to be Pal AI. Becker's been mentioning this one for quite some time. They've been talking about getting listings or about to get listed. And I think they finally got like listed somehow or some way on Binance. I'm not sure if it was a direct listing, but it was like on their up and coming listings and whatever. But with that said, still want to pay attention to them because as I've been in software for a long time, these companies continue to develop, right? They don't just stop. They're going to continue to build really good products. And anytime a software company makes it easy for people to jump into AI or jump into something, that's where I get really excited. And they do have solutions here, like the PalBot, allowing for people to, it says here, assistance for communities, groups, or individuals to integrate into anywhere. You can do, it looks like you can trade, you can do all kinds of stuff manually. So that's kind of neat. But where it gets interesting is here's the enterprise agents create, deploy, and manage AI driven assistance for specific tasks and workflows. So again, this is where things get really exciting for me. They even have autonomous trading agents you can create within their dashboard that makes it super easy. I just tested it out today and played around with it myself, and it does look pretty simple. Still have to play around even more with it before I report back on a review. But with that said, platforms like this, you definitely get me excited. Anytime you make it super easy, one click type of solutions, that's where I start to really pay attention. Now, Fetch AI is also another one of those. They've been around for a while and have been developing, and they've been on a lot of people's radar. So just wanted to give them another shout out. I think they'll continue to do well, and they're kind of putting in the rails in place for people, businesses, and enterprises also to create their own stack. This here, add communication capabilities to AI agents, develop frameworks such as LangChain, Crew AI, AutoGen, Vertex AI, and others. Create AI agents from scratch, any combination of LLMs, AI ML models, API calls, and whatever. Deploy and host your own AI agents in the cloud. Mailbox feature to allow yourself manage AI agents to be online or offline. So there's a lot of services that they offer. You can see some of their kind of tech stack, if you will. So something I'm paying attention to closely. Another one is going to be Virtual's protocol. And before I get into this, you might be like, "Yo, dog, these are big projects already. Like, why are you telling me these?" Well, the market is actually collapsing down to a few winners fast already. Now, there's going to be outliers. Like I saw one really pop off just this past week, and that's going to be Zenith. Like it went from 0 to $20 million market cap or whatever in like less than in like a couple hours or something like that. It was crazy. And you'll definitely have outliers like that depending on the developer and what they're doing. But for the most part, like a lot of these, agents that are launching on here and all the other platforms out there, it's not limited to virtuals, right? It's like all of them, the A16Z ones, a lot of them are just scams and rugs. So what people are figuring out is that it's easier to just throw your gains into the big dogs that are the infrastructure plays and that allow people to launch their own agents like virtuals. So virtuals obviously is a big one. One that project that I don't think a lot of people know about is this Waifu one, which is built, originally I think they had the Eliza framework, hence the name and all that, and they built their own framework. So it allows people to use different frameworks like Dacia, Eliza, Zeripi, Arc, and Dolian. So they do have different models that make it easy for people to launch their own AI agents. And again, anytime you can make something easy for somebody to do when you're not a developer, that's pretty awesome, right? And I can see a lot of opportunity for that. And I think everything they're based on is Solana for the most part. You can select a lot of different parameters. And I think this is more of a token based platform as well. But yeah, that's still pretty exciting if you can do that in your own like local area, whatever. Yeah. So with that said, let's move on to the next one. Arc Agents over here, another kind of platform that's been building for a while, focused in on games, similar to like virtuals. It says human skills amplified by AI. Now they are the builders behind AI Arena, which is a game that won't get into too much details, but they are around or building that as well. Now, you can see right here in this dashboard, that's actually one of the frameworks that they'll be implementing into their platform as well. On the Waifu platform, you can see Arc is coming soon. So they're already integrating into other platforms. Again, these more infrastructure, back end plays, framework plays, like these are going to be massive in my opinion. Games are going to keep rolling out for the foreseeable future in Web3, fingers crossed. And games in general, right? Like we're seeing games like Mir 5 just came out and it's able to auto detect players like and really select the and optimize the player to attack first. Like you're talking about dungeon crawling games like are going to be insane now. And that's a web 2 game. So I think there's a unique opportunity here for AI just to continue to grow. I mean, it's just a no-brainer at this point, obviously. But with that said, another good place, obviously, is AI 16Z. Now, they have this whole ecosystem you can check out. You can even see Fala networks listed on there, and many more. So I, encourage people to go in there, check all this stuff out, and kind of dig around, play with stuff, and find those platforms to tinker around with. If you're not like a dev, Powell could be a good one. And I think that Fair AI is on another one that is also on my radar. Now, I don't think they have tokens just yet, but don't quote me on that one. I just dug in this one today, and I thought this one was pretty awesome. They have this whole like suite right here already built out, and they make basically doing like creating agents like super easy. Doesn't always have to be an AI agent that's autonomous. It could just be built in a dashboard like this that makes it easy, right? And they have a yield agent that you can use, and you basically it says here that you can sit back and relax while our AI finds the best liquidity pools, manages your positions, and collects fees. I know I don't want to be sitting down at a computer all day staring at liquidity pools and which ones are the best. Like I'm gonna let AI do that, right? So that's pretty cool too. And they also have OX Disciple, an autonomous trading agent that does trades as well. Now, these are an alpha and not accessible to the public. So always do things with a grain of salt. Like don't put money you can't afford to lose in there. Always use burner emails, burner wallets, and all that stuff when you're testing. So obviously this could be a big risk. Like I'm not saying any of this is safe. All this is just informational purposes only. All right. Let's get back into it. Now, Fair Pro is like kind of like ChatGPT, but for built specifically for crypto that basically allows you to get alpha, right? That's what these two things are here. Market Pulse agent. Market Pulse is pretty cool. I used it here, prompted, and it spit out the latest news and compiled like the top crypto news, period. And it's pretty dope. I read through all of this and kind of like cross checked it, and I thought this was pretty sick. especially back when I worked with Paul Barron. This would have been awesome to have, right? And then you can see here, Degen Alpha. It's got even the Degen plays. Now, not everything is like super perfect, but it gives you like a wide net around what's going on around the space, like, Fartcoin, LLM, like some of these like super degen plays, right? But I thought it was cool that it actually throws that in there, and you can actually create it on a cadence. So every 24 hours, it sends you an email, or every 4 hours, or whatever. And it's like a credit based system. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they also have, again, this more deep analysis here. Like, it basically like ChatGPT, but for crypto. So I thought that was pretty cool to shout out as well. They do have a personal social agent that you have to connect to your Telegram. Don't really recommend that. If you have a burner, use that obviously first, but I'll have to play around with that more and report back. But I haven't connected my Telegram because that's my thing. I can't really connect that. So we'll try to get a burner in there and connect my Telegram and play around with that. But this is where AI is going, right? Like making your life easier. Like agents is like trading for you and find yield farming and like optimizing for you, and like you have reports being like, this is just crazy stuff, right? And so really bullish on platforms that are, again, making it super easy for people to get in there. And really the backbone of AI, which you're talking about Fala, you're talking about the ARCs and the Eliza, the AI 16Zs. So yeah, like this is the future. And again, the market is collapsing down a lot faster than people think. People are like, oh, it's going to collapse down into Q1 or into Q2. Well, I think it's actually gone quicker. People are realizing real quick you need to roll up your games faster into the big dog plays. And that's why I think these platforms like this are going to do really well. They're not even at, some of these aren't even at $1 billion or half, $500 million. You have Fartcoin that hit like a billion. I don't even know what Fartcoin's even at right now, but these have a lot more potential than an actual meme coin that doesn't do too much. Now I know Fartcoin, I think they even rolled out their own like whole thing, which is crazy in itself. So that was probably a bad example. But with that said, you guys get what I'm trying to get at, right? There is a lot to cover in AI land, and it ain't gonna slow down. It's gonna increase, and it's all gonna go flow into gaming too. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not focusing on AI just because the sake of it, because like Jensen Wang said, it all started with gaming back here, and it all will go back to gaming. And yeah, it's a crazy future. The automation, the robots, all of it. We're living in the future. Pretty exciting times. Now you know why I have the banner on my channel that said AI for like the past 2 or 3 years, and I just kept it up there on YouTube. But you guys get why I did that now. So with that said, that's all I got for this video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you want me to cover like the smaller like degen plays, I can do that and like dig in the weeds. But yeah, if you want to see other videos on other AI projects and keep this rolling like it is, let me know in the comments below. I'll have a gander and I'll take a look at your comments. But yeah, hit that sub, hit that bell so you don't miss videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, I usually say be like an NFT, be authentic, but I might have to switch to be like an AI agent, be authentic. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.